All right, so we are here today and we're talking about this job seekers market that we are living in right now. Turn those notifications off. A lot of you probably have heard this being talked about. It's a job seekers market. This is a result of what has happened in the last couple of years, um, and people leaving the workplace, people moving around, and so if you are someone who is wanting to make a change, if you are somebody who was laid off, now is actually a great time for you to be looking for you to re-engage because the odds are ever in your favor right now. And there's statistics that were going out towards the end of last year, the end of 2021. I haven't seen new data for early 2022 yet, but what we were hearing last year was that there are over 1 million jobs going unfilled. There are what was the stat that I read? There are about 1 million more job openings than people looking for work right now. So there's more incentives and perks being offered by employers who really want to get more people in the door. They want to hire someone, get them up to speed. They know they have to compete with a whole bunch of other employers out there. There's a lot of remote work options. So if you're open to remote work, and really think about that. Are you open to remote work, not going into an office, not physically being in contact with your teammates every day? Then consider applying for some of these remote jobs. You can work. I've been hearing about people, we're in Canada, I've been hearing about Canadians in my city of Calgary working for jobs in California, in the United States, and across Canada. So this is just opening up the door to a whole lot more opportunities for you. So, how can we make the most of it? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. I've got 3 ways that you can do that right away and right here within this great platform as well. So, let's talk about that. Now, before we jump into it, I want you to understand a little bit more of the broader context of this job seekers world. And not that it's a downside, it's just a reality of it. And the reality is that recruiters are really busy. I'm hearing from them that they're busier than they've ever been before because of what we were just talking about. There are so many companies reaching out to them saying, hey, we need you, we need help bringing in candidates, we've got to find these employees. So they're busy, they are taking longer to reply, and yeah, they're busy. But and that goes the same for hiring managers. So just so you know, they're going to take a little bit longer to reply to you, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be chatting with them. Okay. What it does mean for you is that it's really important to stand out, be memorable, make it easy for them to find you. And that is what we are going to talk about today when I share the 3 ways that I want you to be maximizing this moment in time, because I want you to find that job that lights you up, that gets you excited, that makes you feel like you are contributing and being your best self and living to your values. That's what we all want right now, right? That's what we all want all the time. Okay, so the first thing that you can do is show your personality and stand out from the crowd. And you can do this by commenting on other people's posts. So you want to be targeted if you are looking, but look at people within your industry, people within your profession. You have a great opportunity if you're not yet ready to be creating your own content. And even if you are, this is a great strategy. But either way, comment on other people's posts and be thoughtful about it. Don't just say something like, oh, hey, that's really great, or oh, hey, high five, great job. Be thoughtful, add to the conversation, ask a question about it, explain what your takeaway was. But when you do that, when you comment on other people's posts, on their stuff, everyone in their network sees what you said. So they like it because now people in your network are going to see their posts, but it works out great for you too because now people in their network will see your comment, and they'll see your name listed there, and they might just click on your profile and think of you and go, oh, she looks fantastic. what she does, we're looking for. So this kind of thing happens all the time on LinkedIn. So be aware, and just try, spend 20 minutes a day commenting on other people's content. And if you are there, if you're ready, you can be, there's it was 1% a few years ago. I think it's boosted up a little bit more now, but still less than 5% of people on LinkedIn or active users are actually creating their own posts. That could be a video, that could be just text, it could be a picture. But so few people are doing it. So when you do it, people will notice. And it's not rocket science, okay? When you're looking around at what people are talking about and saying, be thoughtful and share some insights. I want to give you some ideas, but I want you to know that the bar is a little bit higher than it is on some of these other social networks. People don't really care to know where you went for brunch on the weekend, what you ate for breakfast this morning. They do want to know some industry specific things, things that relate to your role, and so that they can learn more about who you are. So you could share an article that you read in an industry, trade paper, or in something more big like Forbes or HBR. When you do share that, though, share what your takeaway was. Share with people why you're sharing it with them. Pull out a quote from the article and explain what you liked or agreed about, or if you disagreed, then respectfully to the author, explain why you disagree with them. You can share an insight that you had into something that happened at work this week. Share a lesson that you learned professionally. I talk about how I was told you do great work, no one knows who you are. That was really hard for me to share the first few times, but I've shared it quite a few times, and now people share it back to me. So it has connected with them, and in that way, it's helped them see that they're not alone if they've lived through that, or if they've been through or had one of those embarrassing moments. But it's also helped me stand out and become known as the person who was told you do great work, but no one knows who you are. And then flip that around and really come to understand this world of personal branding. So sharing those lessons that relate to work are really, really powerful. Talk about something that you're working on or that you have worked on that excites you. Profile a team member. Things like that. Just if you're feeling in one of those creative moods or spaces, pull out the post-it note, pull out your notebook, and jot down some ideas, and then carve out some time every single week to take action on those things. It's sort of like the idea of you want to pay yourself first. You want to put money into your savings account. You want to save for the future. Put money into your RSP. All of those things. I look at your personal brand and your LinkedIn presence in much the same way. Give to yourself and your future now before you spend all of your extra energy and intellect on your work, because by the end of the day, all that energy is going to be gone. You're going to lose all those creative juices. So commit to spending that time every day, or at least a few times a week, and stick to it. It's that idea, the same idea of pay yourself first, because it will help you in the future. I promise. Okay, so that's number one. That was a lot. That was all about standing out by commenting and being engaging on LinkedIn. Show your personality. And then number two is about knowing what you want and asking for it. So we know that the majority of jobs, even right now, go unposted. That means you can't find them on Indeed. They're not posted here on LinkedIn, but they are in existence. And so how do these jobs get found? Well, they get found through recruiters. They get found through people's networks. Well, that means you've got to tap into your network. So you can do this, one, by reaching out to a recruiter, but be really clear on what it is that you want, what it is that you're looking for. Make their job easy, because we know they're swamped right now. And then reach out to people in your network. Find out how they're doing. Ask if they're looking for anything, how you can help them. And then explain you're looking and share some of the specific things that you are wanting in a role. So to do that, you need to spend some time. You need to spend some time to figure out what that is. Like I said, remote or not remote, that's going to be an option now that may not have been for you years ago or the last time you were interviewing or applying for jobs. So think about if that is something that you're interested in, and then think about, what role you're in now, but what do you want to be doing in the future? Whether that's 2 months from now or 6 years from now. But have the conversations with people with your future self in mind. Know what you want and ask for it. Okay, number three, and this is probably the most important step that you can take, is to just fill out your LinkedIn profile. Stop neglecting it. If you haven't touched it in a few months, or I know for some people it's a few years, open it up, go and do it. There's lots of new features in there. Just go top to bottom, and make it happen. Because your LinkedIn profile can actually do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. Oh, Cheeto, hello. So good to see you here. So Cheeto says the biggest compliment online is to share and comment on someone's content. Sorry, I missed that before. And go a step further and say how it helped you. Yes, that is so right. So Cheeto's talking about point number one, where I was saying stand out by engaging with your network. Yeah, exactly. People are flattered. People like it when you comment on what they've written. Just like you might be feeling, you have a lot of trepidation about posting something if it's new to you. Your comment gives that person a little bit of validation, like, oh, someone was impacted by my thoughts here, so much so that they took the time to reply. So people are flattered. Thank you, Cheetah. That's such a good point. And then if you really want to thank them, reshare with how it helps you. Exactly. Yeah. So you could share that Forbes article that I mentioned before, or share someone in your network's article. That's a great idea. Okay. So filling out your LinkedIn profile. This is a really big one. Like I said, your profile can do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. You want to fill out every single section. This is what I teach in Opportunity Magnet. That's my LinkedIn course. It's available right now. We've got over 20 people in there, having people find them. So when I say your profile can do the heavy lifting for you, I mean that while you're working, like you spent your 10, 15 minutes a day engaging, reaching out to people on the platform, and then you're doing your work, or you're busy with your family. Now your profile is there and it's working for you. It is set up properly so that when those recruiters, those hiring managers are looking for you, someone who can do what you can do, they're going to be typing in certain words. So it's your job to look at your profile through their lens. So think, okay, they're looking for someone with a PMP designation, someone with X number of years of experience, someone who's had this job title in the past. What do I need to have in my profile? Well, you need to have those things. So you can kind of reverse engineer this. Look at those job postings that are out there. So look at a job posting and then see the words that are repeated. There'll be skills. They'll be filled within the job description itself. Pull out those keywords and make sure that the same keywords are in your profile. You want them scattered all throughout your profile, in your about section, in your headline, in the experience section. And this means that when someone types PMP designation in the search box, you've got that in your profile. That's one of the things that's going to help LinkedIn decide to show your profile or not. So if you've got one of these designations, they're looking for it, pop it in there. Make sure that people know that you have this designation, that you have this experience, that you have these skills. Okay, let's see, what else do I want you to know about that? So the keyword piece is really important. It makes it really easy for people to find you. And then while you're out there engaging with people, they're going to see your name, commenting. They'll be able to click on your profile, go there, and be wowed by what they see. So you want them to be impressed by what they see, because then they're more likely to connect with you, to send you a message and say, "Hey, I've got this great role. You look like you would be perfect for it." And they can't do that if they don't know anything or enough about you. So fill out that profile, please. If you need help with it, ask me a question or sign up for my course. It is here that it's jam packed with all of the things that you need to know to be successful on LinkedIn. So we're at about just after the 15-minute mark. So I know many of you have got to get back to all of the things going on in your life. So just in wrapping up, I want to acknowledge that what you're seeing is right. There are an increase in available jobs. We're only seeing a fraction of them because most of them are part of the hidden job market. So if that is the case in your industry, now is the time to ask for that raise, to position yourself really well for the job that you want, because it is a job seekers market. And the three ways that you want to do this is to engage on LinkedIn so that you stand out from the crowd, reach out to recruiters and people in your network, being really clear about what it is that you're looking for, make it easy for them. And then number three, make it even easier for them to find you by filling out your LinkedIn profile. And my course teaches you how to do exactly that too. So I am really excited that you joined here today. Hey, Russell, nice to see you. Hey, Kanika. Kanika asks, how do you spot recruiters on LinkedIn? Well, they usually have recruiter or HR and some HR designations in their profiles. So you can search them that way. Look at them if you're looking for a specific location. So, Kanika, I know you're in Calgary. So if you want to find Calgary recruiters, then you can search that right in LinkedIn. If you go and start to familiarize yourself with the search feature, I really encourage you to do that if you haven't done that yet, because you can do some really sophisticated, detailed searches right in here. And you can do that with your free account. If you want to pay or try the trial for a month for a premium account, you can search for even more or get your searches tailored even more. But you can find people really easily too, just through your free account. So go into the search bar, type in recruiter, and then it'll give you options like, do you want them to be in your primary network, your network, so your secondary connections, what city do you want them to be in, that kind of a thing. And then from there, you want to look at, are they particular to a certain industry? Are they industry specific? That kind of thing. And then look through their contact list as well. It's very likely that they're connected to a whole bunch of other recruiters. So that is one way to do it. I hope that is helpful. Thank you so much, everybody. It's so nice to see all of your faces in here. Next week, I'll be doing a live on Tuesday because it's International Women's Day. I'm going to be talking about break the bias, and specifically about how gender, race, and class have created this. You're welcome, Kanika. Have created a lot of women fleeing the workplace and how that has an impact on our society. So I would love to hear your thoughts. It's a really important conversation. I love the topic that was chosen by the international community this year. Break the bias. That's the hashtag. So I hope to see you next week, Tuesday, 1:30 Mountain Time. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and I'll talk to you soon.